Pay close attention to this dashcam footage. It was recorded on a desolate stretch of highway in rural Nevada. What you're seeing looks unreal. 10 figures dressed in identical black robes, standing perfectly still in formation around 2 parked vehicles in the middle of nowhere. Their arms are raised toward the sky, frozen as if caught in the middle of a ritual. Notice what's missing. They don't react as the patrol car slows down. They don't turn their heads. They don't acknowledge the driver at all. Within moments, this strange roadside scene would unravel into one of the most disturbing cult investigations in modern American history. A case where a mother's delusions nearly cost her daughter her life, and where the truth about what really happened in the desert almost vanished with the people standing there. You know that uneasy feeling when you're driving through the middle of nowhere and you see something so strange it forces a second glance? Maybe it's an abandoned car. Maybe it's someone walking miles from civilization. For Nevada State Trooper Daniel Morrison, that feeling hit hard on the morning of March 8, 2007. Morrison was patrolling Highway 50, known locally as the loneliest road in America. He'd been with the Highway Patrol for 12 years and had seen plenty of odd situations in the desert. Tourists stranded without gas. RVs broken down in brutal heat. Even the occasional camper having what he politely called a chemical experience. But nothing like this. To understand how it all led here, you need to know who Catherine Whitmore was before everything fell apart. Catherine was 36 years old, a sociology professor at the University of Nevada, Reno. She held a PhD, published academic research, and taught courses on social movements and group behavior. Her colleagues described her as brilliant, intense, passionate, deeply intellectual. She lived near campus, hiked the Sierra Nevada on weekends, and appeared to have a stable, successful life. She also had a 15-year-old daughter named Lily. Lily was a gifted student, an honor roll kid, a violinist in her school orchestra. Her father had died when she was 7, leaving Catherine to raise her alone. And Catherine devoted herself completely to that role, maybe too completely. What most people didn't know was that Catherine was unraveling. Her research had stalled. Her application for tenure had been denied. The university told her she needed more publications, more impact, more groundbreaking work. For someone whose entire identity was built on academic success, the rejection was devastating. Colleagues began to notice changes. Catherine became obsessed with fringe theories. She talked about collective consciousness and transcendence in ways that made people uncomfortable. She skipped faculty meetings. Her behavior grew erratic. Then, in September 2006, Catherine didn't show up to teach her classes. She vanished. So did Lily. At first it was treated cautiously. Adults have the right to disappear. But when a respected professor vanishes with her teenage daughter, no note, no financial activity, no explanation, that caution turns to alarm. Catherine's sister, Jennifer, reported them missing after 3 days of silence. Calls went straight to voicemail. Texts unread. When Jennifer went to the house, mail was piling up. Lily's violin was still in her bedroom. But Catherine's car, a beige 1998 Honda Accord, was gone. Detective Sarah Pacheco of the Reno Police Department took the case. She traced bank records, credit cards, phone data. Nothing. The last transaction was gas purchased in Fernley, about 30 miles east of Reno. After that, nothing at all. When Pacheco interviewed Catherine's colleagues, one conversation changed everything. Professor Michael Drummond revealed that Catherine had been talking obsessively about something she called geographic transcendence. She believed certain locations on Earth were thin points, places where reality weakened and higher dimensions could be accessed. She'd shown him maps of the Nevada desert, marked with coordinates. She said ancient civilizations understood this pattern. She said she was going to prove it. Pacheco checked Catherine's university computer history. What she found was chilling. Searches for remote desert locations, underground water sources, survival tactics, dozens of topographic maps, forums discussing consciousness expansion, spiritual awakening, and group rituals. And then came the worst discovery. Catherine wasn't alone. She had formed what she called a research collective, people she met online through fringe belief forums. They weren't academics. They weren't colleagues. They were strangers who believed what she believed. Jennifer confirmed it. Catherine had spoken excitedly about these people. Said they finally understood her. Said they were going to do something revolutionary together. Then a hiker found a campsite. 40 miles southeast of Reno, near abandoned mining roads. Tire tracks. Fire pits. Supplies. And a notebook left behind in a tent. It belonged to Catherine Whitmore. What Pacheco read inside turned a missing persons case into a nightmare. The writings were part journal, part manifesto. Catherine referred to the others as followers. She wrote about Lily in terms that made investigators physically shake. "Lily will be the first," she wrote. "When we reach the convergence point and perform the final ascension ritual, she will thank me." Final ascension ritual. Search efforts exploded. Helicopters. Media coverage. Hundreds of square miles of desert combed. They knew Catherine was out there, with Lily and at least 6 others. They just didn't know where she was going, or what ascension really meant. By late October, a gas station attendant spotted her buying water and dried food. Beige Honda. Other people inside. Still moving. Still preparing. Investigators later pieced together what was happening inside the group. Catherine believed that on November 4, 2006, a rare planetary alignment would open a dimensional window. If they performed the ritual at the right place at the right time, they would transcend their physical bodies. It was vague. Deliberately vague. The way cult promises always are. Her followers weren't stupid. They were lost. Broken. Searching. And among them was David Castellano, a seasoned drifter who had spent decades moving between failed communes, survivalist groups, and spiritual scams. He validated Catherine's delusions. Encouraged them. Lily, trapped in the middle, was terrified. In a secret journal later recovered, she wrote, "Mom isn't mom anymore. She says we're going to become beings of pure light. I want to go home. I'm so scared." On November 4th at 8:47 a.m., a helicopter spotted 2 vehicles parked deep in the desert, 15 miles south of Highway 50. People standing in formation. Trooper Daniel Morrison was closest. At 9:23 a.m. he crested a rise. And that's when the dashcam footage begins. 10 robed figures. Arms raised. Chanting in a language that didn't exist. The leader turned. It was Catherine. When Morrison approached, chaos erupted. Some fled. Others scattered into the desert. Catherine was restrained, screaming about the convergence. And then Morrison saw Lily. Alive. Crying. Whispering, "Please help me." Investigators later reviewed the dashcam frame by frame. In the pickup truck, containers of gasoline, kerosene, lighter fluid. The truth became horrifyingly clear. This was never just a ritual. It was a planned mass burning. A suicide ritual. And Lily was meant to die with them. Catherine was convicted. David Castellano too. Some followers were found. One was never seen again. Lily survived. Today she speaks publicly about cult abuse and warning signs. She chose to understand what happened, so others might recognize it before it's too late. That stretch of Nevada desert looks like any other. Unmarked. Silent. Empty. But once 10 people stood there with arms raised to the sky, convinced they were about to leave this world behind. And if one trooper had arrived even an hour later, they might have.